I can
3
hear you.
seconds. 3, 2, 1. Tweet.
That was a good tweet. That was a good start.
tweet.
Yeah. So has an amazing floor.
This is a nice floor.
And we've got some great stands with some great fans.
Hello, Bambi.
Hello, spectators.
Are you pointing at one spectator in particular?
Because hello, and they waved at me.
Oh, you're supposed to wave back. You're not just supposed to point.
I was hoping for the wave. But
okay.
Later.
That's very different from the wave is very different from a wave.
Yeah.
Woo! And with that first whistle, we are off. This is the first jam of the first game of the Have a Nice Day tournament.
Absolutely, right here in Lakeville, Minnesota. We do have Minnesota Roller Derby skating against North Star Roller Derby. Fun matchup for us.
St. Paul versus Minneapolis.
That's what is happening. We currently have Fanny Smacks jamming. Looks like she is your lead jam. For Minnesota, we do all Laurel Mighty, Poisonberry Pie, Ginger Snap, Rollin' Riz, Left for Dead, Scam Lakely, Stabby, Sweaty Malls, T-Rex, Skatey Gaga, Fanny Smack, Shadow, Anti-Fascism, Sodium Fine, Biz Quick. That's who's skating for Minnesota tonight. Am I just like doing this and blocking everything? Yeah.
Second whistle.
Skatey Gaga is out of the pack and is your lead jammer for Minnesota.
North Star currently with the jammer in that penalty box.
So that is Slim
Sadie. And Minnesota calling it off. Skating today with North Star, we've got Katarina Hit, Judgment Bay, Red Hot Toddy, Weird Val Shankovich, Slim Sadie, Lumberjill, Root Barb, A Girl Has No Name, Saltine, Guillotina, Kitten Boot, Buzzkill, and Sassberry.
in and out. Yeah. No. We'll figure it out.
Official time out, which is great because we can say hi to all of our officials. We've got Aaron Burr, Gams, Cussle, Night Trotter, Devastator, Switch, Tyrone Laniscore, Wolverine, Eggs Benedict, Riff Tracks, Wax Poetic, Illinois, Laddie, Panic at the Lolo, Rough Draft, Freddie Mercury Poisoning, Manny Shovitz, Spike, and Effin' Ref.
Let's have a hand for our officials.
Woo! It's a hand.
At the hand. Wait. Officially timing out. Should we just move the table over a little? I don't know. Meh. Whatever.
And with that third whistle, we are in jam number 3. Minnesota in the lead with 14 to North Stars 0.
We've got Ginger Snap jamming for Minnesota, getting hung up on that corner, trying to tiptoe along that line. And number 20 for North Stars, that's Slim Sadie coming up.
Yep, so Slim Sadie pushing at the back of that pack. Both teams have full contingents of skaters.
We see Sodium Fine up front, helping with a little defense. Tough wall in the back with Sweaty Malls and Stabby. That embraces anti-fascism.
Nice hit to the outside there by anti-fascism, causing Slim Sadie to have to recycle all the way back to turn number 3.
And Minnesota is picking up some points. Ginger Snap.
It was the initial, but that was lead jammer for Ginger Snap. And right at the end, there was a star pass for North Star. Wearing the star for North Star, that is Jim Rat.
And it looks like that jammer has been called on a penalty towards the box. In the meantime, we have number 65 for Minnesota. That is T-Rex. out of the pack and looking to pick up points.
T-Rex coming up against that tripod of blockers for North Star in the front. Recycling all the way to the back.
We do have Shadow Box, Minnesota.
Both of our jammers have gone to the box. This will be a full 2-minute jam. No lead jammer. So everybody skates and everybody scores points.
And currently a power for North Star. Nice skirt around that outside.
Yesterday was Jim Rat's birthday, so I can only assume that she is being powered by the cake and cookies that she's been inhaling for the last 24 hours.
And potentially some of that glitter nice cream out front. That penalty box is cleared.
North Star able to put 12 on the board, with Minnesota responding with 4 of their own. 18-12 as we go into jam number 5.
And left
Lefsa for dead is, I think, what you're trying to say, if your microphone would let you.
Loud. Yeah, Lefsa sprinted out of that pack and is now being held up in the back, trying to get some points. Looks like. Star stash for Sasbury, gets that star back on her helmet, goes through and left.
Both teams putting up some points. Minnesota with 3, North Star responding with 4. Ever so slightly working to close that 5-point gap.
So we have Katarina Hit and I believe Fanny Smack jamming currently. Katarina for North Star, but has been called on a penalty. This is a power jam for Minnesota. Fanny trying to push up front, gets a little help from anti-fascism. Some organized chaos. Kitten Boot gets a good hit, draws Fanny Smack back.
Katarina Hit through the pack, picking up 4.
We have a star pass For Minnesota, anti-fascism with that star on her head. She's no stranger to jamming. Anti-fascism is through for 4 points.
Minnesota picking up 7 to North Stars 10, squeezing that gap. 2-point differential as we roll down to just over 19 minutes in this first half.
Skady Gaga on the line again for Minnesota, but it looks like North Star is out. Jammer.
That is Slim Sadie picking up lead jammer for North Star.
And that tough wall of Sodium Fine and He gets through, but received a penalty.
Skady Gaga in the penalty box for Minnesota. All right, friends. We have our first official lead change, so everybody grab your water. Take a drink of your water. Make
or hydrating.
The microphone wants you to talk about hydration.
I'll figure this microphone out yet. Nice hop on the inside. Number 44, that's Jim Rackett's lead jammer status for the North Stars. Oh. Right, sliding around that outside. Squeals down and back up again. Meanwhile, Skady Gaga gets through on her initial pass.
And Jim Rat calling it. With 2 points for North Star, holding Minnesota Nice scoreless.
Extending that lead, so 32 Stars, 20.
Sasbury wearing the star for North Star.
And Ginger Snap jamming for Minnesota roller derby. Ginger gets through, is being pointed at because she is the lead jammer. Trying to make up some points. That hit.
Beautiful hit to that outside line by hit list. Oh. But hit list picks up a penalty. So she'll go join her friends in the box.
Ginger rides that inside line, a little hop, picking up 4 points. So 8 for Minnesota on that jam. And it looks like 0 for North Star. We have another lead change.
That means grab that water
And
hydration.
T-Rex back on the line for Minnesota roller derby. gets out right at that first turn for lead jam status.
Katarina hit wearing the star for North Star. Stuck at the back of that pack, coming up against that solid 3-wall of Minnesota blockers.
Roland Riz currently bridge. Looks like we do have a penalty for T-Rex, so this is a power jam. Nice hit by Roland Riz. Does side. Riz ends up with a penalty on that as well. Some rotating penalty box tonight. I said rotating penalty box. Elephants and gorillas. Oh, you can hear that.
Both teams just pack at the back, pack at the front. But that is T-Rex who is through.
4 points for T-Rex. And I believe we had a star passed to
That
hit
is
list.
hit list with as the jammer of note for North Star.
Hit to the inside and a drawback on the North Star jammer. Six, 4 jam on that last one. So we now have Minnesota Nice at 43 and North Star at 36.
Oh, Slim Sadie just takes that outside line, picking up lead just before even passing the turn 2.
And Left Side for Dead did a nice twirl on that apex, also getting through the pack. Looks like Slim Sadie is headed to the box. Quite a few jammer penalties tonight. We're just...
Both of these teams just putting up some amazing offensive walls.
Both utilizing that tripod, really strong, low bodies. Yeah, not moving much.
It's all about being able to find that one little hole.
And Lefsa almost had it on the outside, but does get knocked down. However, that blocker is now headed to the box. That is 3-14. Rude Barb. Lefsa is through.
And yet another jam that comes to its natural 2-minute conclusion.
Short pack for North. Fanny Smack back on the line. However, right up that inside line, you have Jim Rat.
Jim Rat says, short pack or no, I don't care. I'm going to take that apex jump too. North Star blockers doing their best to control Fanny Smack. But Jim Reed clears that pack for another scoring pass.
I got battery.
Able to put 14 on the board.
To
Fanny Smacks' 8. Apparently, Burn Nasty's microphone has decided to
cut out.
Just not work.
That would have been funny. Yeah, I don't know. It's fine. I think I have to stay in one spot. Running up that inside line. Skady Gaga really having to work for it. Runs up that inside line. Couple of times. Pretty sure we have an equipment malfunction there. Katie falls, she gets back up. I just haven't seen her go down that many times. So yeah, something's definitely wacky with the wheel.
Jamming for North Star, we've got Katarina Hit picking up lead in this 14th jam.
Oh, we also have a star pack. Do I need to move that way? Like, I need to. Barb.
We're just going to start wandering around to figure out where the microphones work.
There's going to be a sweet spot. This is not.
This is obviously not the sweet spot for you.
This might be it right here. I'm good. I can't see the track, but that's okay.
I will just tell you everything that's going on, and you can talk about it.
That sounds great. You tell me what's going on. Minnesota has called a timeout. Turn out. Good. I don't have to talk about that. I did hear.
I don't know if I'm okay with being heckled from the officiating bench. The tournament head bench, I guess, is what it is. But I'll take it.
As long as they're hydrating. Hey, I can say hydrating every time that comes across. All right. As long as I start with hydrating. Jammer for Minnesota is T-Rex.
Jammer for North Star is Slim Sadie. T-Rex able to pick up lead.
North Star blockers heading to the box. Looks like Rude Bar. We also have Stabby from Minnesota Nice. So not as many skaters on the track as the teams would like, but it looks like a star pass.
And we have a star pass from North Star. Finishing that jam was a Red Hot Toddy as the jammer of note.
Incredibly close matchup here. We are at a 3-point Fred, hydrate.
With just over 5 minutes in this first half. Oh, we have an official timeout. I don't know how long our half times are, but I would they're 10 minutes. 10 minutes should be enough time for you to go outside and get some nice cream. They put the toppings inside and on top. And there's glitter, so you can eat glitter. And then, yep. The other thing that happens after you eat stuff.
We'll check for that tomorrow. We have Fanny Smack back on the line for Minnesota Nice.
And that is Jim Rat picking up lead for North Star.
Pretty deep jammer rotation for both teams out there. Fanny Smack up on those toe stops, transversing the track. One side, outside, inside, outside, gets through, picks up 4 points.
Jim Rat picking up a few more points. 7 in total, bringing North Star to 68, Minnesota 71. This is 3 whole points. 3. I can math. We've got enough people, we can find you 68 fingers and or 71 toes.
Yeah, true.
Sasbury wearing the star for North Star.
Up against Sweaty Malls, Sodium Fine, Laurel Mighty. That's a tough defense from Minnesota Nice. Allowing Lefse for Dead to get through for lead jammer. We are in jam 17, and obviously every jam counts as we anticipate a very close game tonight.
Nice hit to the inside there by Buzzkill, causing Lefse for Dead to have to recycle behind that tripod of North Star blockers.
That is a Buzzkill. We also have Anti-Fascism drawing back 906 for the North Stars.
This is a power jam for Lefse for Dead.
And Minnesota calls that jam. So we will start in a Power Jam.
But before that happens, North Star Roller Derby is requesting an official review. So they will have that opportunity to talk to the officials and have a conversation
To officially
about
review something
a thing.
with officials. Probably a penalty thing or a point thing. Skating.
It could be about points. It could be
Situation.
about penalties. It could be about how much rain we think we're going to get.
Might be about kittens.
Oh,
Can we call a review for kittens?
can they call a review to talk about the best chocolate chip cookie recipe?
Oh no, do you think it's been done before? They could call a review and talk about more of the toppings on that delicious ice cream that Nice Cream has on a food truck out front.
Now, is that Nice Cream food truck going to be here all weekend? Or is today the only day?
I'm going to say get it today to be on the safe side.
Okay. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
We think it's here only today, so get your ice cream today. There's no guarantee that ice cream will be available tomorrow. There will be a very sudden ice cream shortage at 12:01 tomorrow morning. All ice cream will cease to exist.
There is a guarantee that the glitter is free and edible. There are fruity pebbles, rainbow sprinkles, chocolate chips, some strawberry sauce. Want to say that?
I will. I tend to wait until the jam's here.
We do have a couple fabulous photographers here tonight. We got Ron Wilbur.
Ron.
And we've got Jim Deere.
Jim!
That's where we get all those lovely photos.
And with that whistle, we are back at it. North Star's official review is they were looking to have the forearm penalty for their jammer overturned. The call does stand after the official review happens.
So that jam started with a power jam. Skady Gaga has been called on a penalty, so it is now another power jam, but in favor of North Stars.
Nice little help there from her friends, and Sasbury is through for 4 points.
We've got Poison, Laurel Mighty, Scam Likely blocking for Minnesota. And Sasbury makes it look easy, just getting through.
Like the Beatles say, you can get by with a little help from your friends.
We had 10 skaters out there for a moment, and yet a blocker from North Stars is in the penalty box. Both teams picking up points. It's a big jam right here, right now. What do we have here? North Stars picked up 16 points on that jam to Minnesota's 7. That appears to be
Another
a
lead change.
which means we should hydrate.
Drink that water.
T-Rex jamming for Minnesota Nice. It appears that this will be the last jam of the half, and T-Rex is your lead jammer.
Katarina hit with the star for North Star.
Both teams keeping us on the edge of our seats. 10-minute intermission. What points might we have to add to the board? Looks like we're going into the half with Minnesota Nice in the lead. 87 points to North Star Roller Derby's 84. What a great first half.
Absolutely phenomenal. Both of these teams just doing all of the offensive and defensive work, as you can tell by the fact that it is a 3-point game.
And I think 92 lead changes in there. Or close. Is that
All right.
possible? That's not possible.
No. There's not 90. Well, no, I guess technically it could be because there's more than 92 points. So, yeah. See, I said that I could
Smart.
do math.
Yeah, great. I love it.
All right.
I'm here for it.
Okay, friends, you've got just under 9 minutes. Go get some ice cream, go get some water, go to the bathroom. Now, you are not going to want to miss this second half of Minnesota Nice versus North Star.
Thank you, Barb.
Hey, look, we've got officials and we've got skaters. It's like we're ready for a second half.
That's exciting. So we also have, I'm going to look over.
We also have people at the pivot line. It's pivot line roller derby. Put it in your calendar,
fun.
folks.
Yeah.
Katarina Hit is wearing the star for North Star.
And we got Ginger Snap jamming for Minnesota Nice.
Slow moving pack, of course, as soon as I say that. Ooh. Beautiful hop, skip, and a jump there. Katarina's through, and your lead.
Both teams had time to during that intermission.
Oh, we end that jam with a star pass to Shadow from the Minnesota Nice.
Yeah. That also ends 3 points for North Star, no points picked up for Minnesota, which means it's a tied game.
Okay, so does that count as a lead change?
No.
I disagree.
I mean, you should hydrate anyway.
Oh, I believe we have seen this matchup many a times so far in this first half. That is Slim Sadie wearing the star for Minnesota, and that is
Skatey Gaga for Minnesota Nice.
Look at these beautiful tripods.
Skatey getting bumped inside, outside, is pushing up against that lat. And does get through as your lead jammer. Also have Slim
Sadie heading to that penalty box. So this will be a 30-second power jam for Skatey Gaga. Skatey Gaga taking the advice from the bench, calling it off, but not before putting 3 on the board for the Minnesota Nice.
It's so wise. It's always wise to listen.
It is. Listen to your bench. Do what they say.
Yeah. T-Rex jamming for Minnesota. Starts in a power jam.
All 10 skaters on the track. And that is T-Rex, who is lead for Minnesota.
We see Mad Libs up front. Offense, working some offense for Minnesota Jammer.
It's really interesting to watch both of the jammers at the same approximate space because you see them both go to the inside at the same time and then to the outside, almost like they're doing it together.
Do you think there's been some like synchronized swimming action, synchronized jamming?
Synchronized jamming.
I love that idea. It might be a little predictable. Blockers might catch on quickly.
Probably.
But it's aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah. 4 points on the board there. That jam for T-Rex.
Fanny back line for Minnesota Ice, and we've got Rat heading to the. So this is a power jam for Minnesota. We have Sodium Fine, So Fine from Minnesota. Also. Your lead jammer. Fanny Smack is your lead jammer. Big hit down to the outside, and blocker 14 is going to the box for their trouble.
Jim Rat, just as she gets out, nice spin on that inside to clear that pack, but the jam is called.
This next jam will start with 2 jammers, but a little bit of a short pack, it looks like, for North Star.
Just over 6 minutes into this second half, North Star holding steady at 87, Minnesota at 102.
Minnesota working that jammer rotation. And we are now seeing left for dead on the line. Shadow is working some strong offense up front. Just trying to keep those blockers separated a little bit. And that works out. Left for dead is through the pack. Initial pass and is called lead jammer.
Both jammers are through on that initial pass. And neither picking up any points, it looks like.
Sometimes 0-0 is a win.
Zeros
Well, I mean, it's a tie.
all around.
Zeros.
Goose eggs for you, goose eggs for me. A goose egg looks like a 0 because it's like sort of oblong shaped. Stick with me, kid. I'm going to tell you all sorts of absolutely unnecessary information.
Goose egg. I don't know what a goose egg is.
Like I tell my mom, take the jelly beans out of your ears.
Ginger Snap is lead jammer for Minnesota.
Katarina hit wearing that star for the North Star.
Any goose eggs on this one? I don't know. Ginger Snap listens to her bench. Is it quick enough? Quick enough of a call off? North Star did pick up 2 points on that jam. And it looks like Minnesota Nice got 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3.
Yep.
Also a win. 3-2.
Minnesota starting with a little bit of a short pack.
We have a situation where T-Rex took off that helmet cover, put it back on, is now up against a tough 2-wall, getting pushed to that inside.
Ooh.
It was a power jam in favor of Minnesota. We are currently doing a little jammer switcheroo.
I like to say it's a jammer do-si-do.
Do-si-do. I know what a do-si-do is.
As both jammers have taken a trip to that penalty box, this will be a full 2-minute jam.
Slim Sadie trying to capitalize on that time that she's alone on the track as the only jammer of record. But we now have T-Rex back out, and T-Rex runs up that inside line, picks up 4 points.
Just tiptoed through that inside line. Hit list and A Girl Has No Name doing their best to hold T-Rex back, but has to let T-Rex go with 4 points on the board.
T-Rex getting her signature glamour shot coming around the corner. And by glamour, I mean just tongue out. Tongues out, fun's out. Goose egg. All right.
All right, so with that jam, Minnesota Nice able to pick up 11 points. Minnesota starting with 1 blocker in that penalty box.
We are currently at a score of 116 for Minnesota and 92 for North Star. And we've got Fanny Smack back on the line against Jim Rat. Again, we've seen this matchup, and Jim Rat has gotten through with lead jammer status. We're seeing another Minnesota blocker going to the box. Jim Rat gets past anti-fascism, the last line of defense up front for Minnesota, picks up 4 more points.
Jim Rat is one of those extraordinarily versatile skaters that can block, jam, pivot, do all of the things. She's got such great track awareness, not only of herself, but where everybody else is also. She just makes it look so easy. I'm just like, I could do that. I could do that.
Yeah. Try to do that.
Can't.
No.
I can't.
No.
I can't do that.
Easier said than done.
Jim Rat makes it look easy.
I love it. We have Sasbury out of the pack first as jammer for North Stars. And Lefsa for Dead. Getting some help from her blockers. Sasbury does call that jam off after picking up
3 points.
3 points.
Which means North Star has crested that century mark. They're at 101 now to Minnesota Nice's 116. That's 15 points with just over 16 minutes remaining in the second half of this first game of the Have a Nice Day tournament.
What a great way to start with a close, hard-hitting, fast skating bout right here.
Game of neighbors.
Ginger Snap just dancing the breadth of that outside line. Does get through without any penalties. And jumps the apex. Woo. Making that look easy as well. Very pretty. Picking up a bunch of points. And Ginger Snap working to get more points. Does get drawn back a bit.
We had a star pass for North Star. North Star ended that jam with a Red Hot Toddy as their jammer of note.
Such great derby names.
We were talking earlier about how good punny derby names are.
Right. Loose.
I am loose change.
Loose change. Did I miss the pun? What is loose change?
It's just loose change.
Yeah, like I find in my car. I like it.
You can find me in your car. Or you can find me in your pocket.
Everybody likes loose change.
Yeah, exactly. When I show up, everyone's happy.
So true.
You know else who's happy? Skady Gaga is out there picking up points with the lead jammer.
And that's either a big mouth guard or a big smile. Either way, working hard and pushing through some of that tough defense. Does go to the inside.
Nice little pop to the inside there by Katarina Hit and Lumber Jill, causing Skady Gaga to have to recycle. And we have Hit List wearing that star for North Star now.
Took a minute to make sure that that star helmet cover was over top of the.
Hit List coming up against Mad Libs and Shadow at that back of the pack, just doing their best to stymie any forward momentum.
Minnesota Knights extending their lead. 10 points.
10 points is how much Minnesota Knights has extended their lead that you keep trying to say. And North Star Roller Derby is calling for a timeout as a team timeout.
Now might be time to get some of that nice cream, or wait until this game is over. But they're here until
9 p.m. They're here until 9 p.m. today. And if the internets are telling the truth, it is only today. So as long as you're not lactose intolerant and or have any...
It is lactose free.
It's lactose free?
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes. So it's
okay.
It's for everyone.
Did you get lactose free?
It's the only kind you can get. I know, that's the beauty. They're here until 9.
Just turn around in a circle, figure out where does it work. And with that whistle, we are off. A thick pack right there at the start. Jim Rat wearing that star for North Star. Fanny Smack with the star.
Anti-fascism running Jim Rat back to that jammer line. Meanwhile, Fanny of the Fanny Smacks does get out of the pack and is your lead jammer.
And we have a star pass. Red Hot Toddy is the jammer of note for North Star.
We have a little over 12 minutes left in this matchup. Do we have some North Star fans out there today? North Star fans?
Hey, Roxy, yell.
I see some.
They're all right there.
Great.
Panda, Roxy.
Caw-caw. Caw-caw. That's all right. Sasbury did take that helmet cover off. Is not your lead jammer, but is through the pack first. Sasbury for North Stars. Left suffer dead. Also trying to get through that pack to pick up some points. And
Don't know why Lefts is not leading.
I don't know.
With-
If I understand my hand signals correctly, we will have a 2-minute jam happening here. It appears that we don't have a lead jammer, correct?
I would say that is an accurate statement given what I am seeing as well.
All right. But both jammers picking up some points.
Yep. Four points here, 4 points there.
12 points for me, 12 points for you.
Everybody gets 12 points. You get 12 points. You get 12 points.
Left, we're going to pick up some more. Girl has no name. Final line of defense gets a little bit about on her. Lefts is currently leading this jam, 16-12. And that is the end of Jam 13.
These are some very long jams. We've gotten a lot of 2 minutes, very close to 2 minutes. Minnesota Nice sitting at 153 to North Stars 119 as we hit that 9.5 minute mark.
Some of these skaters are in the thick of training right now for their all-star teams. A little spin on the quarter for Ginger Snap. She's been quite successful jamming tonight. We're seeing her pick up lead again.
How long has Ginger Snap been playing? How long has Ginger Snap been playing?
Oh, wow. With the pandemic, it's hard to say.
Okay. I guess I was thinking. Okay. So she's not the original Ginger Snap then? Gotcha. That's what I was like. I don't think.
We've got a time.
And we've got another team time out.
Time for dance party.
Listen, I'm going to take your microphone away from you then because you move 6 inches and you're not an effective announcer. I don't know what you're going to do dancing.
That you think I'm an effective announcer.
Listen, I have no idea if anyone in the stands can hear us, but we are hysterical. So I'm sorry if you can't hear us. And
I believe
I'm sorry
Wax
if you
can, and
hear
I think
us
she's
and
laughing
you
with
think
us.
that we're idiots.
Yeah.
So that's totally fine.
Right.
I don't care.
Yeah, I want to know if anybody can hear as well, but I don't think it's happening. They could hear us when we said give a round of applause, give a hand for the officials. They heard that, right?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Because if we don't have officials, we don't have roller derby. And here we go with jam number 15.
Jim Rat bursting through that Minnesota defense. .38 game currently. As we know, 8 minutes left. Anything could happen in Derby. You can get a 15-point jam, 20-point jam, 30-point jam. Like in the history of Derby.
Oh,
If they have
sanctioned or unsanctioned?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Sure, sanctioned. Right. No,
So-
I only want to go back like 5 years.
Which is really like 2 years?
Yep. But I don't want to have to figure out that it's the 2 years. Like the 1.5 years.
Jim Rat picking up a sweet 16 right there. Able to hold the Minnesota Nice scoreless.
And we were just saying that tonight the highest jam was probably 16 or 17 points. So that's a big jam right there, especially at this point in the game. 22-point differential.
Look at you doing math. Good job.
And answered by Poison right out of the gate. This is the first time that Poison has come up to the jam line with that jammer star on, I believe, tonight. New jammer on the track, making things happen. Slides on that inside line. Knows enough to know where those wheels are. Does make it through to pick up 4 big points. And another 4 points for Poison. Poison does go down on the outside, calls it off. Wise choice. We are now back to 165 Minnesota Nice. And North Star at 135.
What's that point differential?
30! 3
There you
goose egg. 3 with the goose egg. After it.
Commonly known as the number 30. Okay, we're not going to give you ice cream next time.
It was such good ice cream. Sparkles and glitter and fruity balls.
T-Rex out there with the star. Coming up against a Lumberjill. And Hit List.
So many things happening on the track right now.
Katarina Hit. Oh, I was wondering if there's going to be any points in there. Katarina Hit was able to get through, was not lead because T-Rex got sucked back into the rest of the pack, but that is
Goose egg. Goose egg.
0-0.
Goose
There you
eggs.
go. Look at you. And
Lefsa.
Yes.
4 dead, which is 3-3-3. No zeros.
no zeros. I would very much like Lefsa for Dead to just bring Lefsa for everyone.
Stop it. Can we do just a Lefsa party?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lefsa for Dead. Ooh. It's always nice to be able to see someone exit the track under their own volition.
Absolutely. And we are grateful for our medics that are here. Takes a lot of volunteer time, effort, energy to put on a tournament. And we're so excited to have have a nice day tournament this weekend.
It's going to be a good day of Derby. I don't know. My brain is
I'm gonna give
dead.
you a hand.
Hey.
Looks like we have a penalty on Ginger Snap. She is headed to the box, so there is only one jammer on the track. That is Jim Rat for North Star. And with a power jam status, there is a cutting the track, and this is what Loose Change likes to call the jammer do-si-do. Who said that I don't listen?
I know you listen. Because one jammer was sitting in the penalty box, the other jammer will serve the same exact amount of time.
And when the one jammer sits down, the one sitting gets to get up, because guess what? Derby's not much fun if there's not somebody out there who can make points. So Ginger Stap is now through on her initial pass, while Jim Rat is headed back to that penalty box. This is obviously definitely a 2-minute jam, but also, like, what's going on? We've got Rollin' Riz, Mad Libs, Gam Likely, one of my favorite Derby names, as well as Shadow, putting up a tough defense in the back. However, Jim Rat, being that speedy, agile, strong skater, gets through them, and that jam is called.
Comes to its natural 2-minute conclusion. Let's see what those final points look like. Looks like Minnesota was able to put 8 on the board to bring them to 177. North Star held scoreless, remaining at 135.
Prime numbers individually: 1, 7, 7, 1, 3, 5. Goose egg. 114's on the board. Period 2.
I love your brain so much.
What is that other thing? And we have seen a number of jammers just keeping those penalty box seats warm. Currently, Fanny Smacks, the only jammer on the track for Minnesota. We see Fanny gets bumped outside, does come back in order to avoid a track penalty. That jam has been called.
And because that the period clock ended, therefore, we have an unofficial final. It will not be official until we get the special rolling whistle from the officials.
But officially and unofficially, that was a real fun game.
I had a great time. I'm very excited for the next game after this. where it's Madison versus Flint, Michigan.
You are correct.
And for the rest of the weekend, frankly.
Yes. Those teams are going to get matched up. Flint, Michigan, Madison, Minnesota.
Everybody gets to play everybody. Plus, there's even a mixer at the end.
Bonus Sunday mixer. Let's give these skaters a big round of applause
Woo!
for being out here tonight. Skating hard. Such fun. Great first bout. Thank you, North Star, for coming across the river. Thank you, Minnesota, for organizing a tournament.
Woo!
Thank you, fans.
Woo woo!
So that next game is coming at you at 8 o'clock.
That is in approximately 33 minutes.
That is so much time to go get lactose-free ice cream.
With glitter. Don't forget the glitter.
Glitter. They have cold press floats? Barb, is it okay if I go get a cold press float?
Listen, you're an adult. If you want to have coffee at 7:30 p.m., that is a decision only you can make.
I do not, but it sounds great. I mean, I do. I do, yes. All right, so they have other amazing things out there as well. Yum.
All right. Well, this has been a delight. I'm Loose Change.
I'm Brew Nasty. It has been amazing. Luce, I always want to announce with you.
I always love to announce with you.
Just want to hang out and chat.
Always.
All hopped up on sugar.
We're just going to add some high-grade caffeine to that now as well. Why not?
I don't have to sleep this weekend. Come on. All right, make sure you're back here for that 8 o'clock bout. We are starting the second game of the evening. We have Madison Roller Derby, the Herd, skating against Flint Roller Derby. We appreciate those teams coming from out of state. Madison's about 4 hours, depending on how fast you drive, 280 some miles away. Flint, Michigan, not sure when they came in, how they got here, but number 6 is Duncan. Duncan is your jammer, and that jam is over. All right, so we've got 2 new packs hitting the track right now. And Flint Roller Derby is about 700 miles away. We do have Dom Sawyer, 0. Felony Assault, number 14. Gigi Spitfire, 15. To Be Frank, number 2. Ronnie V is 21. Tabby Cat, 23. 24 is Camouflage. 27, Hall & Oates. 35 is Glitterous. Number 4 is Slim Fast, also the captain of Flint Roller Derby. 44, Animaniac. 51 is Helen Wheels. 6, Duncan. 911 is K Cotton. 99 is Al Funk You Up. And their coach is Coach Cotton tonight. It looks like we have Dilemma jamming for the Herd, and Animaniac is the lead jammer for Flint Roller Derby. Score is currently 0-0, but Flint is looking to add some points to the board. Animaniac pushing up some tough Herd blockers. Nice rotation up front, recycling. Flint makes it through and puts the first points on the board for this 8 o'clock game. Shelby Cobra headed to the box, one of the blockers for Madison. We have some points on the board. It looks like Flint, Michigan, who is wearing white jerseys, has just put up 8 points. The Herd is currently at 0. Madison Roller Derby is wearing blue jerseys tonight. Number 101 is Quella DeVille. 1105 is Barrel Roller. 1337, Melee. 17 is Dilemma. 207 is Slam Chowda. 238, Radio Smactive. 270 is Cyanide. 273, Crystal Ice. 31 is Lady Hoo-Ha. 427, Shelby Cobra. 402, Louisville Slugger. 5388 is Dark Horse. That is the captain for Madison. 672, LaMarche Madness. 7184 is Wolf Rammer. 800 is Bada Boom Box. And 8990 is Frankie Fatale. We have a few coachers here with the Herd, and that is Hello Sailor, Thrill Shoya, Lady Hoo-Ha, and Kentucky Fried Carnage. Barrel Roller up against Duncan. Barrel Roller from Madison. Duncan from Flint. Duncan pushing out against the last line of defense is called your lead jammer. Flint with another lead jammer status. Duncan sliding through those last 2 blockers in the back of the pack and then slipping through the middle and up front through the front 2 defenders, making it look easy with that agility. There is a star pass on Madison. We now have a 7184 Wolf Rammer with a star on her helmet, and that jam has been called off. The herd has been held to 0 points, with Flint Roller Derby currently at 18. And now we've got Radio Smacktive jamming for the herd and Animaniac for Flint. Animaniac getting past Bada Boom Box, and we are now seeing Slam Chowda heading to the box for Madison. Animaniac has called that jam off after picking up 4 points. Flint Jammer makes it out of the pack cleanly. And before the other jammer, so that is another lead jam status for Flint. That is Helen Wheels. Madison getting in a little bit of penalty trouble. Does have a short pack out there. Slam Chowder tries to prevent Hell on Wheels from getting through, but she makes it around that outside line. We do have Flint's captain Slim Fast headed to the box. Helen Wheels is knocked off the track, does have to re-enter behind any blockers that were ahead of her. And we are currently in a power jam for Flint. Duncan for Flint getting lead jam status once again. We've got a couple of Flint blockers heading to the box, making it a little bit easier for Madison's jammer Dilemma to get through and pick up points. Tabby Cat Knocks Dilemma off the track, draws her back, but Dilemma's back out there, takes that inside line for 4 more points. $15-point jam for Flint Roller Derby. 8-point jam for the herd. Dark Horse runs up that inside line, and this is a lead jam for the herd. Hoping to get some points and close that gap a bit. Flint defenders opening up that outside line. Animaniac taking that and sliding right through. And now Animaniac on that inside line, making it look easy, picking up points. Madison does call that jam off. Madison did pick up 8 points in that last jam, but Flint was able to get 12, and now Flint is getting lead jam status once again. Helen Wheels. We do have a star pass to La March Madness, and a penalty for one of the Flint skaters. La March Madness trying to get inside of that tripod up front. Both teams running these jams out a bit. The herd picked up 8 points on that jam. Flint picked up 12. It was a duplicate of what happened on the jam just prior. So we now have 27 points for the herd and 73 for Flint Roller Derby. Radio Smacktive runs through, gets out of that pack. The herd looking to capitalize on their lead jam status, but running up against some tough Flint defense. We are doing that jammer do-si-do, a little switcheroo in the box. So we are currently in a power jam in favor of Flint. Duncan is jamming, has been picking up the majority of Flint points. Stays in bounds, turning backwards, forwards, runs out of there. Duncan really using all of that track. Some squeaking hockey stops and some good toe stop work, getting her through for more points. That jam has come to its natural conclusion, and the herd has picked up 6 points to Flint's 8 on that jam. Got a bit of a pile up right at that jammer line off the starting blocks. Animaniac is jamming again for Flint Roller Derby. Up against Dilemma of the herd. Dilemma trying to squeeze through that tough wall. We've got a solid full pack holding Dilemma back right now. Bit of a mishap with that star pass, but the herd rectifies that situation. We have a no pass, no penalty. And we now have 672 with the star on her helmet. That is La March Madness. Both jammers on their scoring pass and coming around. That was an 8-8 jam. Flint is currently in the lead with 89 points. The herd is currently at 41. Dark Horse gets out of that pack first. Legally does so and picks up lead jammer status and is now scoring points. We have Helen Wheels jamming for Flint, and her blockers have cleared that inside line to help her get through. Dark Horse is calling off the jam. That was a 7-8 jam in favor of Flint on that one. The herd did have lead jam status, but Flint caught up and eked out an extra point. And barrel roller got out of the pack, but it's called for a penalty. So we have Duncan as the lead jammer in this power jam. We do have a timeout for Flint Roller Derby. Gives us an opportunity to thank the officials who are officiating this game. We have Josh, Aaron Burr, the Mad Statter, Buck Hustle, Devastator, Stumpador, Eggs Benedict, Sadie, I know, I'll come back to that. Night Trotter, Tyrion Lanniscore, Sadie Masochist, knew I'd mess that up, Alcoholic, General Relativity, Atom Splitter, Class Warfarin, Doesn't Matter, Nick Tater, F and Ref, Spike, and Dana, whose first part of their name is Dochtuir. Probably pronounced much more pretty than what I would say it out loud. So thank you, officials, for being here at our tournament. The herd is currently at 48 points. Flint at 101. They have passed that century mark and have more than twice the points that the herd does. We are looking at a little over 8 minutes left in this half. Slim Fast, the captain for Flint, is picking off skaters, working some offense, helping Dom Sawyer get through as lead jammer for Flint. A bit of a pile up on that first corner, and barrel roller also back on the track and jamming for the herd. Flint is working a bit of a cube up front that just keeps rotating, not letting barrel get through. Meanwhile, Dom Sawyer has picked up 4 points. Barrel roller being drawn back. That was a 2-minute jam, and that tough defensive Flint blocker cube has held the herd to 0 on that jam while picking up 16 points for themselves. Hell on Wheels has picked up lead jam status for Flint Roller Derby. And we do have Hell on Wheels headed to the penalty box. This is a power jam for the herd. Radio Smacktive is going to try to work with her blockers to make the most of this. Radio Smacktive gets through, picks up 4 points, and we see some Flint blockers headed to the box. Another Flint skater being sent to the box. That is number 4, felony assault with a track cutting penalty. Radio Smacktive gets some well-timed offense there and slides past those final 2 Flint blockers that were on the track. The herd does pick up. The herd picks up more points than Flint Roller Derby on that jam. It looks like 12 points to 4, and we do have an official review. We have a fun-filled day tomorrow, packed full of derby. Starting at 10 a.m., we have Minnesota Nice versus Flint Roller Derby, so they're keeping an eye on what's happening on the track right now. 12 p.m. is the Herd versus North Star Roller Derby. Probably a little the same going on. North Star Roller Derby still in the house, watching some derby. 6 p.m. is Madison the Herd versus Minnesota Nice. And then that 8 p.m. game is going to be Madison Roller Derby against Minnesota Roller Derby. So that is derby from 10 a.m. all the way through till, I'm going to say, 9-ish, maybe 10 tomorrow. Sunday will be the final day of Derby here, starting at 10 a.m. with Flint Roller Derby versus Madison. And then there's a mixer game at noon. That's always exciting. The Herd is at 60 points currently. Flint with double that, plus 1. 121 points for Flint Roller Derby. And the Herd coming out fast and strong. Dilemma is your lead jammer. That review was challenging the blocking with the head call, and that call did stand. Dilemma is calling that jam off at the behest of the coaches. And Dilemma did pick up 3 points. However, Duncan was able to pick up 4. Hello to all the fans out there watching this bout streaming. You know who you are. Sad you couldn't be here with us today, but glad that you are cheering from home. Slim Fast putting up some tough defense in the front, but we do have Dark Horse through the pack as well as Animaniac. And Dark Horse is your lead jammer. Do have a forearm call. And 89.90, Frankie Fatale headed to the box. If you are watching from home but plan to come out in person, you can still get tickets by going to www.mnrollerderby.com. It is $25 for an all-day Saturday pass. Helen Wheels is once again lead jammer for Flint Roller Derby. And we have number 23, Tabby Cat, headed to the box. Whilst to 89.90, Frankie Fatale is coming back on the track from Madison. Helen Wheels is your lead jammer, picking up points. Dark Horse has completed her time in the penalty box and is up against a back wall of Flint blockers, including their captain Slim Fast. That is our 10-minute intermission time. That first half has concluded with Flint, Michigan at 139 points and the Herd at 74. There is still time to enjoy nice cream, lactose-free ice cream with all the toppings and goodies, as well as a cold press float. If you're one of those folks who wants some caffeine at 8:30 at night, sounds yummy. All right, we are back into our game between Madison Roller Derby, the Herd, and Flint Roller Derby. Both teams have had some time to discuss strategy, what they want to do coming back out of the locker room. And we're seeing some really solid defense. Jammer's not even making it up to that first turn, getting drawn back. And Helen Wheels is through that front pack. Radio Smacktive is out as well, and Helen Wheels calls it off after picking up 4 points. So 4 points and calling it off. Dilemma does a nice, slow, agile work around that outside to get out for lead jammer status for the Herd. Dilemma pushing up front while the Herd draws Gigi Spitfire back. Both teams putting up points. Gigi Spitfire jumps that apex. Does land that successfully. Dilemma does call that jam off. Gigi Spitfire was able to pick up, I believe, 17 points on that jam. The Herd put 8 more points on the scoreboard, and this is an official review. We've got a dazzle of officials in the middle, officially discussing official things. For that official review, Madison was challenging a lack of skating out of bounds. We'll call stands. And we have Animaniac as the lead jammer on the track for Flint Roller Derby. And Dark Horse jamming for the herd. That jam has been called. With Animaniac picking up 3 points for Flint. Flint is now at 163 points. And the herd stands at 82. Barrel roller does push through, goes down, but gets back up again. And is being pointed at as the lead jammer. The herd is holding Helen Wheels back as barrel roller gets through, has one more to beat to pick up 4 points. Helen Wheels did a star stash and gets that star cover back on after that initial pass. Barrel roller picking up 5 points for the herd. A little celebration at the bench. Flint held to 0 on that jam. Gigi Spitfire just knocking down skaters at the front of the pack. Gigi is the lead jammer. There is a forearm call on a Flint blocker. That's 35. And that is Glitoris. I did want to say that again, so thank you, Glitoris, sitting in the box right now. Slim Fast also heading to the box. That's the captain for Flint Roller Derby. Very short pack happening. Radio Smacktive making the most of the lack of blockers for Flint. Does legally push by Dom Sawyer to pick up 4 points. Slim Fast was out of the box, heads back into the box. Gigi Spitfire did pick up 24 points during that jam. And the herd put 8 points up on the board. So we are at 11 points. Spoke too soon. 98 points for the herd currently to Flint's 187. Once again, Flint only has one blocker on the track, and Dilemma getting through to pick up points. That was a 4-4 jam. Flint Roller Derby calls a timeout. Helen Wheels running up through that herd defense. Got through cleanly to become lead jammer. And we have Dark Horse skating for the herd. With that jammer cover on. The herd starting with a short pack on this jam. GG Spitfire does make it through. And a little resistance on that next pass. We're seeing LaMarche Madness jamming for Madison herd. Little apex hop there. GG gets through. Hustles down that straightaway. And LaMarche Madness just slides by 99, getting low and getting past. I'll funk you up. Flint picked up 18 on that jam. The Herd picked up 8 points. Shelby Cobra trying to get a piece of Animaniac. Doesn't quite get over that line. Animaniac is the lead jammer for Flint Roller Derby. And Radio Smack Dev currently caught amongst some powerful defense. Forearm penalty being called on Slim Fast. Slim Fast spent a little time in the box in this half. Radio Smack Dev does get through. Flint has picked up some points, and the Herd is working to do the same. Both jammers being drawn back a bit as they've been knocked off the track and don't want to risk a penalty. Nice run on that inside line by Radio Smack Dev. And that jam has been called. For 7 jam in favor of Flint. Flint is now at 220 points. And the Herd at 118. Helen Wheels just loving those inside lines. If you give an inch, she'll take it and run through. That was some great footwork on the part of Dilemma as well. Up those. And that jam has been called. Gigi Spitfire busting through the middle. We also have Dark Horse getting through that pack. Defense lining up on that curve. We all know that that curve has a wide spot there, a little harder to defend. Gigi does make it through. Dark Horse also through. Big opening in the middle. Gigi takes it. Does not slow down. Gigi does a little fake, tries to get to the outside, ends up with a penalty for her troubles. We do have a power jam. Power jam for Madison. Nice little turn, skate backwards to get out of there. Picking up 4 points. Dark Horse has put 12 points up on the scoreboard in this jam. And that is a cutting the track penalty. So we are now seeing a power jam in favor of Flint Roller Derby. Four blockers, but Gigi does push through the middle and picks up a forearm penalty. So right at this minute, we have 2 jammers sitting in the penalty box. just leave it there. That's fine. 19 points for Flint in that jam, 15 for the herd. We're going to figure out who gets to get on the track to skate. This is a rare setup where we have 8 skaters on the track, 4 from each team, none of them jamming. So we started that jam without a jammer, being that both were in the penalty box. Well, shenanigans by blockers, and Dark Horse has made it through cleanly. No penalties. Is the lead jammer. Madison working some offense to try to help Dark Horse get through, spreading out that pack. One to beat at the front, and no pass, no penalty on that. Hangs tight to that line, makes it through. And we're seeing a well-timed star stash for Animaniac. Animaniac has made her initial pass. Dark Horse has picked up 8 points. Yeah, takes that inside, picks up 4 more. Flint's been showing some really solid defense, that tripod or cube, and very agile jammers out there. Madison giving some special cheer there. Barrel roller out for lead jam status. Appears to be quite happy about that. And Holland Oates is coming for Flint. Has been pulled back. Tough defense by Madison as well. We do have 427 headed to the box. That is Shelby Cobra. That jam has been called. Barrel roller picked up 6 points. Six points for the herd, and they have held Flint to 0 on that jam. When you're up against teams you haven't maybe played before, you have to figure out their strategy, your strategy, accommodate, make some changes. See where their strengths and weaknesses are. We do have Radio Smackdove jamming for the herd. And Radio Smackdove picks up 4 points and calls off that jam. They have held Flint to another 0 jam. Chipping away at a few points. The herd is at 157, and Flint is at 249. Dilemma making some small moves forward, trying to hold that space, but Tabby Cat gets through on the inside for Flint. Dilemma doing that fancy toe stop work again. But is being held at the front while Tabby Cat has picked up 4 points. Both jammers just hunkering down, trying to grind away, pushing forward at the middle of those packs and working to not get hit to the inside or the outside. Tabby Cat pushed up front far enough. Did make it through. Flint making it through for some more points there, and defense. Dilemma has picked up a penalty and is heading to the box. Thanks again to all of our volunteers, including our EMTs and medics, helping keep us safe out here, checking out skaters if there are injuries. Also, our production volunteers, trying to keep that track safe. Checking the tape, making sure everything looks good. We do have a timeout for Flint roller derby. This is their third team timeout. We have 6 minutes left of this game. And we see Duncan back on the line, jamming for Flint with Dilemma up for the Herd. Currently a power jam situation as Duncan was sent to the box at the end of that last jam. We now have Frankie Fatal taking a seat along with Slam Chowda. Dilemma up against that tough Flint defense, getting a little help from blocker friends from Madison. Madison also trying to keep an eye on Duncan, who's coming around hot on that outside. La March Madness has accepted that star pass. For the Herd and is out of the pack. (12-0) jam in favor of Flint Roller Derby. Bit of jostling scrum in that pack. We do have Dark Horse headed back to the box. Been there a couple of times this half. Animaniac is the lead jammer for Flint. Four points for Flint, 0 for the Herd. Flint is at 281 points. The Herd is at 160. Hell on Wheels, we've seen this before. Running up either the inside or the outside and popping through before that pivot line. Lamb Chowder gets a piece of Helen Wheels, bumps her to the outside. Full pack back out there for Madison. Slowing down Helen Wheels. Wolframmer came out of the box, committed another penalty, and is back in the box again. So one sitting in the penalty box for the Herd. We have an official timeout. Animaniac does make it out of the pack, but then gets recycled back in. Does make it back out on that inside line now. Barrel roller back jamming for the herd. Being drawn back by Dom Sawyer. Flint working to pick up a few more points at the end of this matchup. Hi. Davey and I were happy first day. Yeah, well, it's so good to see you. Well, I was just watching. I was like, beef is beefy. I said to Barb, like when you walk by, I'm like, and that is a huge compliment. So yeah, this is my best life. I love it. Final score: Flint Roller Derby, 297 points. Beats the herd at 160. Great games out there tonight. Thank you, skaters, officials, volunteers, fans, anybody watching at home, and we hope to see you back here tomorrow.